someone could be watching this in the middle of the night, couldn't they? So, good
say
day.
you're a morning person? I know you're not an early riser, but would you say you're a morning person at all?
Nah, not at all. I don't do mornings unless it's to be somewhere for a set event, i.e. kickoff is at a set time.
Yes.
I very struggle with mornings. It's always been a thing. My family, my dad was self-employed and didn't work to a usual 9 to 5 as such. So morning wasn't the start of each trade in his day. So yeah, no, mornings is not my kind of thing. But like, I think I've got a different time zone I live on, so I like being more productive later at night, for instance. Yourself, you're a morning, afternoon, evening, whenever time, aren't you?
I'm an anytime person, but I find I get my best work done in the mornings. In terms of if I had to sit down and create a project or write something out, I find the best work will come out in the morning. But yeah, I can work anytime. So whenever it's needed, it can get done. I think, like you said, there's a discipline to it where if you have to get up in the morning, you get up in the morning. If you have to stay late at night, you'll stay up late at night. You got to listen to your body a little bit, but yeah, to a certain extent, you just do it when you have to do it, right?
Yeah, I think we've all got a body clock, haven't we? And ours is obviously opposite productive-wise. I definitely stay up later to be more productive. Interesting that how we all evolved to different. Like my time clock, my daily clock has definitely changed as I've had kids.
I was going to say, because once they go to sleep, then you probably have more opportunity to be productive, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't have said that's been relative. I've always stayed up later. That's always been a thing. But and like, for instance, we've got a teenager at the moment, and their body clock is obviously a lot different. So she doesn't get up till midday, unless she's got a bit of school, those kind of things. But
I wonder what that is, because that seems to be a standard, right? That teenagers just lay in till midday, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
I actually, it was another podcast actually I listened to where they were talking about the scientific evidence. I can't remember what podcast it was now, but I was talking about the scientific evidence, the study they'd done on teenagers, because it's a little bit of a, what's the word? Oh, they're a teenager kind of thing. It's
stereotype.
Yeah, stereotype, that's the word. And I was listening to this podcast and they were saying that during your teenage years, it's a very stressful time anyway, as in you've got a lot on. You're usually in the exams and the academic pressure of that age. You've got the social dynamics. You're starting to, mature into towards adulthood, so you've got the social dynamics and interaction with people. So they said there's all these things, and then the studies that they've done showed that it's the stage at which your brain develops the most.
Right.
So all the chemicals, all the whatever goes on is the biggest development, and like your brain's having a workout as well as all of these things going on, and it's like that's why teenagers really have weird behaviour, because it's just so much happening at once.
Big growth stage.
Yeah, and I think that probably contributes to the need for more sleep and exploration and everything else. So yeah,
understandable. Like it.
Time before last, because we did our martial arts special, you said about someone saying, well, you called your short convo short, better not very short. So I thought I'd follow up. I did my homework. So if you look it up in the dictionary, because I quite like looking up words in dictionaries. And number one, short is an adjective measuring a small distance from end to end. And then number two, lasting or taking a small amount of time, which is relevant to us. And it actually says here, as an example, visiting London for a short break, / a short conversation. So we're actually in the dictionary here.
I like it.
Attributive, seeming to last less time than is the case, passing quickly. In 10 short years, all this changed. So it says in the dictionary, 10 years is a short amount of time. So
we're fine.
30 minutes
we're way under.
It's a short combo. So it feels like it lasts a short amount of time.
I guess it's all relative, isn't it? Because if you're used to having longer conversations, then half
It'll
an hour
be,
is a short convo. But if
yeah,
you don't talk to people, then it might feel like forever.
yeah, for
Depends
sure.
on where you're at. I guess that's the same with most things, isn't it? If
Yeah,
it's all on your experience.
exactly. How's your week been? Because we haven't really caught up, have we, since the last convo?
No, we haven't. So I think the most significant factor this week has had to be the weather. It is hot as anything
Yeah,
here, and like that. If anything's affecting anything in terms of my productivity or business or anything else, it's just been the heat. It's been relentless, and we keep getting told we're having thunderstorms, and it just doesn't come. And I keep going, I won't water the garden today because it's going to rain, and it doesn't come. So, yeah, I've been good, but I've struggled a little bit in terms of just sitting down to do a job without just massively overheating. And then I don't know what it is when you get to it. Well, yeah, you overheat, and then your brain just goes, nope, not happening.
frazzled.
No, yeah, completely frazzled. And I guess we're just not set up for it. You know, our houses don't have air conditioning built in, and they're not built of stone like you'll see in a lot of like Mediterranean countries. So the heat's been the most significant factor. Everything else has been pretty good. I've not been complaining about it, but I've noticed it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Likewise, the heat's noticeable. I'm quite cool with the heat. As in, I prefer it hot than cold.
Same.
I find the hotter the better. I'm cool with that. I did see a good post on one of the social medias where they put France 33 degrees feels like 33 degrees.
I think this was
Spain,
me.
33. Was that you?
Yeah.
Was that your post?
That was
Yeah.
me.
England, 33 degrees. Feels like 3 million degrees. It's like you said, we're just not set up for it. I don't think we're
No, we're not.
conditioned for it either, are we?
No, definitely not.